Alright, hello everyone. Early stream today, just because I have stuff to do tonight, and I kind of felt like it. You find me doing stuff that I said I was going to do off stream, but I decided, like, today's going to be a lot more casual, so might as well. But right now, you find me in orbit of Eve on one of our satellites, because we have about 18 days until this Ion 1 maneuver. So I figure let's just, kind of get some of our maneuver nodes going, make sure we actually have enough delta V to do this. So I'm going to burn normal and then, oh boy, give me retrograde, please. I'm actually going to burn a lot of retrograde. And in an ideal world, our periapsis would actually be on the other side. Ooh, okay. We may not actually have enough delta V to do this Colnia one. I mean, if I need to send refuels, that's fine. What about the stationary one? Like, if we switch to that one. Let's see. So we're on this guy. Now I want to focus on Eve. Nope, focus on Eve. And when our orbital line intersects, this is a little... Do it at the descending node, actually. Oh dear. This is a little tricky. When will that be? About here? So about here. Something tells me we might not have enough delta V on this one either. Ooh, actually, you know what? It is way easier to do inclination changes when you're far out, so I wonder if we do have enough. I just need to sort of flip it when I'm out here. In fact, it would almost be better if we turned this orbit. Hello, Waxton. Now, this is a collision course with Eve, of course. But it does get us closer, and that is not aligned at all, I'm realizing. Actually, yes it is. I'm just looking at it from the wrong perspective. Okay, so I need a little more normal. Do we have a periapsis? No. Okay, so let me put in some prograde. That's good enough. What would our inclination be? Not 0. What if I did more? Oop. Okay, what if I moved this guy? I just want to see if I can get the inclination to hit 0. And it looks like maybe not. Does it need to be 0? I think so. I mean, we could always get it to hit 0 later, but like this is going to be 155. I do like music stuff. Let's see. So, this is in 5 days, though. Let's just add it to the alarm clock, and I need to rename this guy to... stationary. And then I'm going to add this to the maneuver clock 3 minutes in advance. And then let's switch back to the Konya. Oh, singing? Not my thing. I mean, I enjoy it like as a hobby or as something that I do on my own, but I'm not like actively looking for choral pieces or anything like that. Okay, yeah, it would be better if we turned this orbit. Huh. How much would it cost to turn? Nope. Give me this guy. Wait. Oh, right, we're matching inclination on the Ion 1 out here. I was very concerned for a second. Let me focus on Eve. How much would it cost to turn our orbit, say, here? Probably a lot. Yeah. Okay. What if I did it up here? Like at our next apoapsis? Less? Let me try this actually, because the problem is we're like basically perpendicular to where we need to be. So like changing inclination here is going to be expensive still. Let's see. I mean, that's not as expensive. It's just we would have to completely flip apoapsis and periapsis. We'll go with this. And give me like 3 minutes of morning. Don't worry about it. There should be a little description on each of them though. Yeah. Let's see. So this one's first. We'll go ahead and jump to this ship. I did think about doing some Mun rover stuff, but I felt like fixing these maneuvers first. Alright, so since we know this is first, I'm going to go ahead and delete this alarm, and then I'm going to quick save Monroe. What? Yeah, that flew over my head. And then we're going to warp to this maneuver. So, always it's hard to tell, like, when you're this far out and you're doing like inclination changes, it is very hard to tell if you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, Mun rover, gotcha. Gotcha, Mun rover, I barely know her. Anyways. So let's see, about 10 seconds to go until this burn. Time warp a little more. I hope I'm controlling from the right spot. Yeah, looks like I am. Zero. There we go. So that's close enough. Okay, now to -1. That's fine. I want to see how much it would be to raise our apoapsis to this 10,328,472 number. Or sorry, raise our periapsis. Not super expensive. What was the number? 10,328,472? Nope, too much. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, right? I mean, that's pretty close. And that is in 5 days, 3 hours, so we'll go ahead and add that. Give me 3 minutes of warning. I will quick save. Give her music or song requests or anything. I haven't like played music on stream in forever, just because the amount of effort it takes to like find copyright-free music and then set it up and also have it to where you're actually displaying the song name on the stream is like a lot. Unless you're just talking about in general, like with my composition stuff, like commissions wise, yeah, I don't get them super often. But like, I have one that's going on right now that I've been pretty slow on, but they said there isn't really a deadline. So I'm just kind of letting the inspiration come to me on that one. But it is a project that they have requested I don't get into detail about, but yes. All right, another 50 seconds to go. All right, 3, 2, 1, and burn. Okay, so this should get us pretty close. I mean, right now it's not really showing it, but... Oh, and World Force milestones? Suborbital spaceflight. Oh, I guess our other relay, I guess the periapsis technically fell below 90. No, Kerbin's back there. Weird seeing Kerbin as one of the places that's off in the distance. Alright, close enough probably. How did we do? -1. So somehow we got -1 on both, which is interesting. Okay, so see what I could do. This is going to be tricky, I'm not going to lie. Because ideally what I'd do is I'd raise... Really, I'd rather turn this orbit. But that's going to cost a lot of delta V. Oh, give me my maneuver back. Did I add an orbit? I didn't mean to if I did. Okay. Yeah, like this is kind of an insane amount. Yeah, and then I have to toss in some retrograde. Yeah, I don't know about this. So we need to figure out another way to do this. Alternatively, what I could do is something like this. Ooh, actually, this might work better. Then pull this to where the periapsis lines up. That is pretty darn close. It's expensive, don't get me wrong. And I need to be able to time this. What is our target periapsis? 129.5? Okay. Oh, that's pretty close. $129,315. I think I'm good with that. And this is actually before our maneuver for this guy. So a long burn though. I'm gonna go ahead and do this burn. And I'm just gonna hope that what would that be? Like 800 meters per second almost on the dot is enough to raise this up. It is 1 degree off, but I can maybe take care of that in another maneuver. I just want to get it close for now. Let's go ahead and warp to here. Of course, we're going to swing out and then back in. Alright. So, hello, Eve. Something I've noticed with Parallax, and maybe it's because I don't have the waterfall mod, but Eve's atmosphere is, like, not there with Parallax. Like, I cannot see it at all. I mean, you can tell from the map view. Oh, wait. Maybe you can't. Yeah, Eve's atmosphere is just, like, not visible, and I'm not sure why that's happening. Or not waterfall, volumetric clouds. The only thing, I don't want to get volumetric clouds, though, because you have to subscribe to the modder's Patreon. And I get it, like, you want to make money off of it, but, like, pretty much every other Kerbal Space Program mod is completely free. And so it just bothers me that that one, even as visually stunning as it is, it just bothers me that that one costs money. and I'm just like, out of principle, I refuse to pay for it. I'm like, you can literally get RSS, RO, RP1, and a bunch of supporting mods completely for free. Alright, I was a little risky there, and I physics warped through that burn, but... Okay. Alright. It said 0.0, so let's see how we did. 129.5 and some change, so that's pretty good. I mean, if anything, our periapsis and our descending node are, like, pretty darn close. So I just need to go 1 degree which way? It's hard to tell. This way. So I need to go to 64.3 or whatever it is. That's more than 1 degree. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about it in that case. I just want to see how much is it going to take for us to push our apoapsis to 12,365,504. Ooh, less than what we have left, and this might be close enough for the contract. I think it only needs to be within a degree. I may have mistimed this slightly. Yeah, so let's tell it to move over, I don't know, this way? Nope, too much. Give me like half of that. I mean, that's pretty darn close. I mean, show me the target apoapsis, please. 12,305. So I can actually back off of this just a little bit. Like right about there. And that's in 35 minutes, so once again, before our other relay. Do I have science equipment on here? I do. Out of curiosity, I can't run that. Oh, I can run this. That's in space high. I'd rather do it when I'm in space low. So reset that. Alright, so let's go ahead and warp to this maneuver. It's actually bouncing through the other relay right now. Alright, see, now you can kind of see Eve's atmosphere, but like the clouds are supposed to be way thicker. Like you're not supposed to be able to see the ground. Also, I love, like, you can't get super low with Eve, but I love just seeing the planet or the celestial body fly by underneath. Like when we get to like Tylo, we'll be able to see that better. This is in space near, so I'm going to go ahead and well, do I want to transmit it? Because we're going to have some... I mean, that's such a waste, though. I'll just reset it. I'm not going to worry about it. Because, like, we'll get it from our crewed mission, so... Alright, so if the orbital line has disappeared, it has, so then we just need to hold this position. And there we go, contract complete. That also gave us a nice bit of science. So now we can switch over to the stationary relay. And this one's going to be a little trickier, because we have to be over a certain location. Alright, so I can go ahead and delete that alarm. And let's go ahead and warp to this maneuver. Okay, so about 50 seconds left to go. And I'm just realizing I did not click the time warp button like I thought I did. Alright, and we're still pretty far out from Eve. Can we see Gilly right now? I mean, I can't because I'm blind, but we might be a little too far out. Either that or it's like directly on the opposite side. Although I saw something over here. Alright. Now I'm curious. What was over here? It was like... It must have been a ship. Oh no, that was Kerbal. Really? Barely visible. Where is Gilly right now? Out of curiosity. So we are here. Gilly is over here. So like if we face Eve, it'll be like down to the right. Also, Jewel is back there. So Gilly should be like somewhere over here. Oh, there it is. Just a tiny dot. Anyways. So now... And our periapsis isn't exact, but... How long until that periapsis? 6 days? Okay. Oh, our inclination is quite off, actually. Or it feels like it is, anyways. I could try and fix it a little bit. In fact, let me... Yeah, because it's supposed to be a stationary orbit. Let me take a little off. No? Wait. Oh, it's because our inclination is off. Okay, I'm wasting a little bit of delta V to fix this, but... There we go. That's good enough. Again, 1 degree should be fine, but what I want to do now is time warp to here. And we're going to be fine because this is another day out. And you can see this Kolnya relay now. There's the ion 1, of course. So, okay. I didn't figure we'd be back over this location. So I'm going to add an empty maneuver here. And I'm going to tell it to give me like a 2-minute warning. And that's just going to let me know when... Oh, what do we have? Oh, our Moho craft is going to arrive right after this. Okay. But I want to know when it makes it back to the periapsis. I want to essentially just circularize my orbit when we are above the designated site. But regardless, we have an Ion 1 maneuver in 5 hours, so let's go ahead and jump to that ship. And this is, of course, one of our big crude ships. Let me see. I don't remember if I set up action groups to conduct all the science. No. Oh, and for some reason... Oh, you know what? I have some stuff on this guy. So that's fine. I would like to, first of all, delete that alarm, and then I'm going to quick save. Oops, I did not mean to rotate, but actually that might make this easier. Although I would like to expose more of our solar panels to the sun right now. And then I would like to turn this way. yeah, the Moho Doho? I feel like Moho Dojo Casa Craft. That'll be the nickname of our first Moho lander. Actually, no, that'll be the nickname of our, if we ever do a station around Moho. Which I would like to. It's an interesting place to try and put a station. Alright, let's go ahead and warp to this maneuver. Of course, Eve is going to barely move. Alright, so about another minute to go. Alright, so 2, 1, and burn. I don't really want to physics warp this because it's such a big craft. And we're slightly drifting off the node, which is kind of annoying. And that's how I know that I forgot to put a probe core on here, because we can't lock to the maneuver node. And I'm kind of mad at myself for that, but it's fine. That's probably close enough. Let's see, how are we doing? Our target is, of course, Gilly. We are still in orbit of Eve, so that's good. Our ascending descending is... Ooh, negative 1.3? Really? Okay. I mean, luckily our ascending and our periapsis are pretty close. Ooh, that is a low flyby of Eve. Okay. So let's just at the ascending, burn, nope, other way. And I hate to do this in like multiple burns, but that's pretty far off. I think that's excusable to try and fix. Let me just make sure our periapsis is still above the atmosphere. It is. And luckily this time it's purely a normal burn, so as soon as I find, although, 22 seconds, so it's not going to be great. Did I put RCS on this? I did. I believe I put some on this craft. Or, oh, I just left how much I had. Ooh, because I thought about just trying to land on RCS, but I think we did put too much science equipment to just land on RCS on Gilly. But I digress. Anyways. So let's quick save and warp to this maneuver. Ooh, I really should have sent a relay to put around Gilly. Oh, you know what else? I completed a contract, so I should really be checking the contracts window. I might do that while we're waiting for the Gilly maneuver. And of course we're burning on the dark side, because of course we are. Anyways. Oh, something else I did right before the stream was I cleaned up a bunch of debris, and all those like satellites, like repair satellite contracts that we had, if they didn't have a relay on them, I terminated them. Just to save a little bit of like computation space in the save file. So that hopefully our orbits don't drift as hard or change as much when we cross sphere of influence or time warp. Pretty close. We have some hefty reaction wheels on this. This is why I put so many reaction wheels on nuclear craft, because these guys don't have gimbling. Oh, and I actually overburned. So I always put, when I run like this, where I have, you know, parallel fuel tanks, I always put reaction wheels at the top. It just adds a little more maneuverability. It eats through electric charge, although since we were running the engines, it was actually charging, so Um, can I actually get a... Now, in an ideal world, I would encounter Gilly at Apoapsis. Oh my, that's close. Oh, okay. How does that look? Focus view, please. I mean, that's pretty close. I mean, you're gonna see. That's 12.5 meters per second. 15K? 8K? Can we get closer? No, that is in Gilly. Okay. So we're gonna go for this. And it's a 2-second burn with nuclear engines. That's insane. Oh, I may even RCS this burn. Oh, you know what? I could do this with just 2 engines. And I may do that. But then we're going to have uneven fuel flow. That might be a bad idea. I'll just do it with all 4. I'm sure it'll be fine, famous last words. As long as we get a Gilly encounter, I'm fine with that. And it's a 12.5 meter per second burn. We overbuilt this. And by we, I mean me. But this craft is overbuilt. But that's fine. I would rather overbuild a craft than underbuild. And you know what? I did forget to get Eve Space Low Science. Hang on. What just happened? Let me load that quick save. It sailed me right past my maneuver node. I thought that looked a little weird. I wasn't sure why it was like sending us around a few times. Okay, quick save again. Like, I'm very confused as to what it did. To that maneuver, please. See, it's... Okay, no. Stop your time warp. I may have to do this slowly. Because it's doing something weird. I have a feeling that my trajectory is changing, like, just slightly during the time warp. So we'll try this again. I'm gonna quick save. I'm gonna face the node. Okay. I'm gonna quick save. And then I'm gonna go 5x. No, it did it again. What? Why is it doing that? I mean, huh? 12.5 meters per second. What is happening? I mean, if I need to reload the save file, I will. That's just really weird. Okay, 12.5 meters per second. I mean, what if instead of, telling it to warp to the maneuver, I told it to specifically warp, like, to here? What in the world? Oh. Bye, Wax. No, it's like, it's completely changing our orbital line. What is happening? I may have to reload the save file. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little weird. First of all, maneuver is there. Periapsis is in 11 days? I guess that would be the new one. What's our hypothesis in 3? Okay, I'm gonna do something weird. I'm going to add this as an alarm, and I'm gonna tell it to give me 5 minutes of warning. Actually, no, I'm gonna be extreme with that. I'm gonna tell it to give me 1 minute of warning. And then I'm just gonna switch to one of these crafts. I don't know, let's just switch to the Colonia craft. So that way, this craft is not physics loaded. And I'm hoping that if it's not physics loaded and I time warp ahead while focused on another craft, that it'll, you know, not throw off the maneuver node like that. Because that's weird. Like, that should not be happening. Okay, so let's just time warp ahead. And we can watch this craft. It needs to go a little faster than that. And watch how a Colonia orbit works. There we go. Now it'd be really cool if I could like just focus on Eve like when in this view. But oh well. Yeah, I want to see if this theory works. If this doesn't work, then I may go do stuff like in another sphere of influence and then come back to this craft. Because that was just strange. I don't know what it was doing. Now, interestingly, you can see the corona sort of fade when you get the sun slightly out of view. Alright, so this should automatically slow me down once we get close. I'm going to quick save here just in case it doesn't. It doesn't appear that it's... Okay, there we go. I was like, it doesn't appear that it's going to, but... Alright, so I'm going to say delete on close and jump to ship. Alright, there we go. And close alarm. Okay, I'm gonna quick save here. Because, geez Louise. Alright, I'm gonna point at this maneuver node. Alright, and then I would like to actually, before I begin this maneuver node, I want to focus view on Gilly. Alright, so this is going to have to be a pretty precise burn because Gilly is so small. I mean, it is basically a glorified asteroid. Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, oh, do not autosave when I'm in the middle of a maneuver. Stop it. Okay, there we go. Close enough. So out of curiosity, this is in 3 days, 2 hours. This is 5 minutes right here. So we have about 10 minutes in the sphere of influence of Gilly. Out of curiosity. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh dear. Oh boy. Man, if we overshoot this, we are kind of screwed. Now, out of curiosity, when is in space low over Gilly? Let's see real fast. I mean, first of all, this is our next maneuver, so I may just warp to it. No, actually, I don't want to warp to the maneuver. I want to warp to here. But I want to check that we're actually going to get in space low. Let's see. Gilly in space low border is 6 kilometers. Oh, so we're actually not going to be in space low. So I can lower this even further. I don't know how high the highest peaks on Gilly are. Oh, see, like there, we're clipping. So I want to raise this up to be like 5,500 is probably good. Where we're like barely, actually 5,600 even. That's probably fine. Okay. So in that case, I can just warp to the node. So I'm going to quick save. And I'm going to warp. Now, how much did that throw off our orbit? We no longer have an encounter. That's annoying. So load that quick save. I may have to do the same thing where I set an alarm for it and then go to a different ship. Which is going to be annoying if I have to do that for like every single craft from here on out. Which strangely... No, let me... Can I focus view, please? Thank you. Okay, so we still have our maneuver. That's good. This is actually going to be a longer burn than I anticipated. So I'm going to tell it to give me a 2-minute warning. 2 minute and 15-second warning. And then once again, let's focus on... Are we still in space low? I think we just left in space low. Oh no, we are in space near. Okay. So let me run that, and then... Oh, all of our science equipment is up here, isn't it? That's unfortunate. And we are very quickly leaving in space low. In fact, I think we might already be out of it. No, we're actually still good. Actually, I'm going to transmit this. There we go. Oh, I don't know why that used one of these. Oh no, it used it did use this one. That's the, yeah, that's the HG55. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's get everybody on EVA. So Valentina, go EVA. Give me an EVA report. Just above the peaks, that's nice. And re-engage SAS. Spacewalk in orbit of Eve. Did we not? Oh, in orbit, not on a flyby. Let's also... How much electric charge do we have? Enough. Let's review that stored data, and let's transmit. Alright, so Sonrod, Do an EVA. And board. You take data and store experiments, and then do an EVA. And board anyway. Now, interestingly, like neither of those actually transmitted, which is interesting. Oh, explore Eve. Oh. Apparently we completed a contract. Neat. Okay. Which means we're actually going to get the next exploration contract, which is kind of terrifying because I'm pretty sure it's like land on Eve or something. We're going to switch back to the Colonia relay. Gonna quick save. And we're just going to do some time warping again. So I wonder if this guy's orbit is changing. Not a lot. Alright, I'm gonna quick save here as well, just in case for some reason it doesn't slow us down. Oh, there's Kerbal over there. Alright, so jump to ship. And close alarm. So we should be near Gilly, I think? At this rate? Yeah, okay, so here's Gilly. And we got a world first milestone for that. So we have initiated the first flyby of Gilly. It's going to be a little more than a flyby. And you can see it is very quickly approaching. And you can see we're going to be killing off almost 420 meters per second. And, you know, so our orbital velocity is going to be like 16. Does not take a lot to orbit Gilly. So I'm going to quick save just in case. Alright, so I also want to keep an eye on our periapsis. I do not want that to drop below like 5,500. Alright, and that's kind of a neat shot. And I really need to start putting lights on my craft, I'm just realizing. I think I'm just going to hold retrograde. We have still not entered orbit. Okay. I need to actually be careful at this point. I'm just going to hold retrograde until it, you know, hits that, like, 5,500 or whatever. So 5.5 kilometers. 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5.5. Okay, good enough. So we are in space high right now, so I want to get all of our in space high science. So crew report. Let's have our scientist EVA. Let's just jump back to here, because we're not going to want to time warp anyway, so leaving a Kerbal on a ladder will prevent us from doing so. Let's observe our mystery goo, and I actually want to aim the camera at the lander can. There's mystery goo. Get our thermometer, our barometer, and then let's flip to the other side, get a gravity scan. Now I believe Gilly only has like 3 biomes. If I recall correctly. There is no, there is no celestial body that has like 1. So there is no celestial body that you only visit once. I mean, unless you're just, playing for exploration and not really for science, but... Alright, so, as you can see, jumping off with RCS enabled was enough to propel us away from the craft. So we do have to be a little bit careful with that. So I want to come over here. I'm gonna kind of get... Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, can you not go in there? No. Okay, there is physics even when the door is open. That's a thing. Collect data and restore. Oh dear. Take data. Nope, I want to take data. Then I want to collect data and restore. Okay, yes. It got restored. Good. We're not going to be doing like multiple of each. We're just going to store them all in the command pod, since I forgot to bring an experiment storage unit. But regardless, we are going to, oh dear, download data. We are going to take data, and we didn't do a seismic scan because we cannot. Alright, so let's head back up to the craft. And then grab on, and we are going to store all of those experiments and board. Alright, and then we are going to circularize in space low. I want to... Oh, that's in 57 minutes. Okay. I just want to double check that we're not... Oh my goodness. That takes like... That takes less than a meter per second. Okay. I could do that with RCS. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to face prograde. Now, does that intersect anywhere? It gets close, but I believe we have safe-ish margins. I might do a full orbit just to see like how close it gets. Oh, that's actually almost perfectly circular. But I'm going to hold our stability there, and I'm going to warp to this maneuver node. Okay, the most painful thing about Gilly missions is that you do not get fast time warp. Um, because of how close you have to be to Gilly, um, and like how little delta V it takes to get anywhere, there is no like we're going 50x here, and we're probably not going to get much faster than that. Also, when we get out of time warp, I want to be retrograde, but. Now, interestingly, are we still time warping? Can we no longer time warp? Hang on. Oh boy. Okay. So then we have to physics warp, which is extremely painful. You know what? No. I know how I can do this. Give me 1 minute of warning on that. Alarm. Let's scroll over to our relay once again. Because this will let me time warp. Alright, and let's quick save and let's just time warp. In fact, where is Gilly right now? I believe it is going to be... I forgot to actually look. Alright, I just saw it. No, whatever, that's fine. Jump to ship. Alright, and lead on close. Let me retrograde, please. And I'm just gonna wait until, I don't know, 30 seconds before. And then I'm going to enable RCS. And I'm going to push forward. Oh, I can wait even less time. So, I can't warp. Let me go like 10 seconds before. Alright. RCS off for sure. And let me close that maneuver. So, let me make sure really quickly that our orbital line is not colliding with anything. Okay. Like we have a complete orbital line. And this should be in space low. I'm going to check by doing a crew report. Yes, this is in space near. So I'm going to get our... I'm going to have our engineer EVA do an EVA report and board. I'm going to have Valentina EVA as well, just for the experience, because she's actually not going to land. Most likely. Unless we have a probe core in here that I forgot about, but I highly doubt. Anyways, you're going to just give me an EVA report, and you're going to board and dump your experiments. And then our scientist is going to EVA, he's going to take the data, he's going to let go, RCS on, and just kidding, because I forgot to conduct the rest of the science. So let me aim camera And let's observe the mystery goo, log pressure data, log temperature, conduct material study. Oh, 200 science for that, wow. Run magnetometer report, and run our gravity scan. Lowlands, so we have lowlands, highlands, and something else, I don't know. 360 science for that magnetometer report, wow, okay. Recheck the boom. Switch to our scientist, and let go, and RCS on. Alright, and you are going to collect data and restore. You are going to take data. You're going to collect data and restore. Going to take data, and you're going to no, get me up here, please. Down. Why can I not go up there? Download data. There we go. Alright, you're going to grab, and you're going to store experiments. And board. Now let me make sure our periapsis hasn't dipped too low, because just that head bonking will be enough to throw everything off. That is pretty low. Okay, so I'm gonna quick save. I'm gonna go into altitude mode. Oh, you know what? I can't do a full orbit. That's gonna take like 15 minutes. What if I just physics warp to that part? That looks like it's super close. Because I'm just curious how close we're actually gonna get, because it looks close. I mean, that part looks pretty close. There was another part that looked extremely close. Like up there, right past the periapsis. I don't know, it's hard to tell from this angle. But I mean, we're close enough to see some of the terrain scatter on the surface, which is insane. I mean, yeah, this is pretty close. We're under 1 kilometer above the surface. How close can we get? Wow. 1/2 kilometer? Under 1/2 kilometer? Jeez Louise. I mean, this would be the ideal spot to land. I mean, yeah, under 300 meters above the surface. In fact, well, I'm gonna quick save here. I'm going to transfer Sonrod to the lander can, and I'm going to transfer this guy to the lander can. I'm gonna unpin this, and I'm going to undock. I'm gonna switch to this guy. Do we have control? Okay, we have control, we just don't have SAS. I think that's okay. We also have an insane amount of reaction wheel. Holy cow. Okay, this reaction wheel is much too large for this. You know what? No. I'm going to redock. And holy cow, this is tricky. Oh my goodness. So much reaction control. This is insane. I want to... Oh, I want to go like this way. Okay, no, I'm just gonna load the quick save. This is way too much control. So I don't think we're gonna send our engineer down because we don't need to. At least not for this mission. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this guy floating like this, and we'll maneuver the lander once we get back up. So instead, I want to transfer Valentina over, and I believe, yeah. And I want to transfer our scientist over. So our engineer will actually stay aboard the craft. So now I will quick save. I will undock. And I will turn down this reaction wheel authority to like 40%. Turn SAS on. I am going to RCS away. There we go. And I want to point retrograde. What is this decoupler? I most definitely do not want to decouple. Oh, this is an engine mount, so I guess it doesn't really matter. That's the engine plate. But I want to activate these engines. And I'm going to quick save. And I mean, I want to land like now. So, and our periapsis is probably in the ground now. Alright, I should be on surface retrograde actually, but that's fine. Cannot quick save while about to crash. Well, we are not about to crash. I'm going to physics warp this on down. And I need to extend my landing gear, and I need to extend the solar panels. Oh! Discovered a very strange monolith? Did we fly over Illy's monolith? We must have. Oh, whoops. Oh dear, I started going back up. Oh, this is gonna take forever to... Oh no. The monolith must be, like, over here then. Like, it has to be nearby, because... I mean, we could maybe go for it. Also, this is gonna be sloped no matter what, so actually something I want to do right now is change these to low spring strength and like incredible damper strength. Alright, point me surface retrograde. Yeah, I could literally land on RCS. I don't really need this view open. Alright, so let's go ahead and get out of physics warp. Now, you do want to land quite slowly. Alright, and I'm going to drive us into the ground. Maybe not that much. So, are we considered landed? Honestly, I'm going to retract our landing gear. And just let us fall. Now, can I turn SAS off? I just don't want to be sliding. I mean, we're on a slope, so that's kind of a big ask. But like, if I were to do a crew report, are we considered landed? Yes, okay. That's good enough for me. The log seismic data. Log gravity data. I don't think I can... No, I cannot do a magnetometer report, so I need to retract that actually. So retract the boom. Observe mystery goo. Log temperature. Log pressure. Conduct material study. And now, I already did the crew report, right? Yeah. And now I need to grab an EVA report and a surface sample. I'm going to take data. I'm going to go ahead and RCS on. I just have to be incredibly soft with it. Take data. Take data. Collect data. And I'll restore it. Not that I need to, but because we're only taking one copy of all this data. And the only reason I'm not going to biome hop is because... Oh, no. Oh, I made the craft lean over. The only reason I'm not going to biohop is because I know I'm going to come back here to do surface science. Or surface deployed science, I should say. Okay, now I need to come over to this thermometer. Oh, let me grab, please. Store experiments. And then I'm going to... Oh dear, I'm going to board because we are falling over. Oh no. Okay, I need to land back down. Let me point straight up and then just... Yeah, this is honestly the whole reason I brought RCS, is so I could just RCS into the ground. There we go. It'll let me quick save when I'm on the surface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have our scientist EVA once again. I'm going to very quickly have him, oh dear, save the craft from tumbling over. Oh, what the? Okay, that was a Kraken attack. Switch to the craft. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is exciting. Okay. Quick save. Switch back to our Kerbal that is just free floating. World first milestone. We've landed on the surface of Gilly. We have walked on the surface of Gilly. Good, good, good. Alright, but what I would like to do is bring this guy right about here. Right in front of where the craft would slide. If it does. I'm also being extremely careful with my movements because if we step too far, we will go flying. Anyway, switch back to the craft. Let's have Valentina go on EVA and immediately let go. To backwards. RCS off and face this way. So Valentina mating. Oh, and what is our other Kerbal's name? I don't think we can actually switch them. Shoot. I can view it in the tracking station. That just seems like a lot of effort just to remember Kerbal's name. What I could do actually is go and look at the VOD real quick. Yeah, let me go look at my YouTube VOD. Okay. Let's skip ahead to wherever the Ion 1 is. Sonrod. That was his name. Okay, so I'm going to have Valentina plant the flag. We do have a surface sample in there, right? I think we do. I'll just take another one just in case. And I'll do another EVA report. Alright, plant the flag. And this was the Highlands, right? So. Highlands. Alright, Valentina, Ting, and Sonrod were here. Cool. And then I'm going to RCS on and just gently lift off, grab, and board. Yeah, okay, that's what I kind of figured. And then we're going to switch to mating. We're going to gently lift off. Oh boy. Grab, and board. I'm gonna quick save. Okay, and then I think we're just gonna lift off. Lift off. Oh my goodness, I cannot talk today. Actually, ooh. Okay, we are technically landed, so it is going to let us time warp. Because I want to lift off. Oh, that's not good. That orbital line is now under the surface. Hmm. Is it gonna come off the surface? It looks like it's going to. Okay. So our orbital line would have eventually. That's only slightly terrifying. Anyways. I'm just gonna lift off. Ooh, that's really cool, actually. Oh, you know what? I did forget to take a screenshot when they were standing in front of the flag. Anyways, I'm gonna lift off now. And I'm gonna point, where do I need to be pointing? Yeah, like this way. I want to flip over. No, I want to flip to where that is like that. I want to flip to where that is like that. Am I going the right way? Oh dear. Wow. Okay. So I could probably just, at this ascending node, you know, match planes. Oh my goodness. Alright, which way do I need to bring it? Prograde? Fine. Actually, let me just burn prograde. Yeah, let me just circularize up here. I just need to make sure that I'm not gonna... That's not a terrible... Yeah, that's a pretty bad encounter. Okay. Yeah, we need to get our apoapsis above a certain height. I'm just gonna come up like that. That's an 0.3 second burn. Tell you what I'm gonna do, actually. I'm gonna shut down opposing engines. I want to be orbital mode. I highly doubt that this is going to let me time warp, like, at all. Yeah, no. That's in an hour. My goodness. I could do the same thing where... Or, tell you what, I could point just... I could point here. Tell you what, let me point... This is extremely inefficient, of course. But what that allows me to do is do this burn quicker. Alright, so we are in a higher orbit than the craft. So I'm going to point this way. And if I physics warp, this will be about another minute. Hello, Gleason. Because of course we cannot time warp. Alright. And this is not the only glorified asteroid that we're going to land on. There is one later in the Outer Planets mod that is very similar. It's actually two that I can think of. Only one that I know of is smaller than Gilly, though. Oh, physics warp. Made that a little too quick. Alright, yeah, we are literally, quote-unquote, orbiting at 6 meters a second. Cool. So that's probably an ugly orbit. But that is fine. So at this ascending node, I want to burn this way, and I want to toss in probably some retrograde. Actually, we're just fine. 0.1 is probably fine. Another 0.7 second burn. Jeez. Alright. Is it going to let me time warp now? No. Okay then. I may honestly just bring both craft up to the point where we can time warp, because this is going to get obnoxious. I mean, this is in 14 minutes. So yeah, tell you what. I'm just not even going to bother fixing inclination right now. I want to bring our periapsis up above. Oh, and I need to burn radial out, I think? Yeah, I mean, our periapsis is still not above 8,500, but by the time we get to the point where we can bring this guy high enough, it'll be fine. So I want to quick save and switch to this craft. Okay, so of course this one we have no pilot on board, so we're just gonna have to fly by the seat of our pants. Okay. Let me just... Oh. You know what, that's fine. And then... I don't think we can... It's probably still not going to let us time warp. Nope. Let's see. So this guy's going to spin. That's fine. Can I switch? No nearby objects to focus. Okay, that's fine. Tell you what. Can I... let's see. Can I switch to the flag? And just, like, warp ahead, I don't know, like, a few minutes? Let's see if this works. Oop, maybe? Let's see. Can we warp? I don't believe it. You know what? Let's warp ahead to there. I cannot believe that worked. Plants for flag and Gilly. Yeah. Okay. Oops, not docking mode. I want to switch to the lander. Oh, it's not. Okay, hang on. Okay. Switch to the lander. Okay, and I want to burn radial out. Okay. Just. Oh, no. Radial in. Radial in. That need to be in. Oop, too far. Now, I believe the periapsis technically needs to be above 8,400, but our altitude is going to be above 8,000 the whole time, so I don't mind. What is your altitude? Not enough. Let me test. Can I time warp? I can at least do 5x. Can I do 10x? I can do 10x. Okay. Because that was going to drive me a little insane. So let's just warp until this guy's above 8,000. In fact, I can point this guy radial in. Like, what is our altitude? Not enough, but that's fine. Can I do 50? Oh, I can. That's actually kind of surprising. 3, 4. Okay. So that guy's above 8,400. Are we above 8,400? We are. Alright, periapsis above 8,400. Okay, let's switch to the main craft. Alright, and where are we in this orbit? We are past the periapsis, so I need to burn radial in. And this is really difficult to do without SAS. Alright, so both craft can now time warp. Okay, there we go. That was going to be frustrating. To try and do all of that in 1x speed, I was just, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make y'all sit through that. I don't want to sit through that. So, now that we can actually time warp, we did miss the ascending node, which is rather unfortunate. But at this descending node, we can burn normal. And did I flip it? I did. Oh boy. Is that close enough? Yeah, it's close enough. It's not a perfect encounter. Okay, but I'm going to quick save. And I'm going to warp. Because we can actually warp now. Now, I do need to remember that this maneuver is coming up. Alright, so there's our target over there. I mean, we could arguably just burn at target and probably get there eventually. It's just... I like Gilly because it's easy to land on once you get there. Oh, we're also like directly above the flag right now. I don't like Gilly because you can't time warp. And it's so frustrating. Like when you're in space low over Gilly, you are 1x and physics warp. That is it. If I had better time warp, I could do it. I overburned. Wow, okay. Is this the direction I need to burn? Yes. Close enough. So, can we radial this and get it encountered? Because that would be a lot easier, honestly. Yep. Okay. We are running into it. 0.2 second burn, though. Really should have an action group set up to just thrust limit these, because, man. You know what? I'm going to RCS this burn, because we have the monoprop. Oh, we don't have a lot left. Never mind. I'm not RCSing. Alright, quick save again, and warp. Alright, so I'm going to warp until about, I don't know, 10 seconds left. Overshot, but... it's slightly further away than it said. 1 kilometer is fine. So let's just warp to here. There's Eve. Hello, Eve. Oh dear. Okay, I'm just gonna kill off our speed now. Alright, and then... Oh, I can't point at target. I don't have target anti-target controls, which is annoying, but... Let's go like that. We can get closer, actually. Yeah, 50 meters in like 5 minutes, so that's fine. Alright, quick save. And warp ahead just a little bit. Of course we're doing this on the dark side because of course we would. Alright. I could actually, since we're not going to use this craft for much longer, I could just turn on the lights. Alright, but there's our mothership. Now I believe I have all these science stored in here. I do. Okay. Something out there. Jewel and... There's Kerbal and Minmus. Anyways, so I'm going to pull off our speed now. Okay. And then I'm going to... Oh dear. I'm just going to face, like, this way. And at this point, I will RCS it. This is a little tricky because of where we are positioned. Okay, RCS. I'm going to go this way? Yeah. And then other way. And this way. Yeah, less than 30 minutes of the stream left, but it's fine. So I need a little less this way. A little more this way, actually. And I actually want to set the docking ports target. So I'm kind of way off, though. Oh, are we out of RCS? We are out of RCS. Okay. So let's just burn in. So we're going out 1 meter per second. This should be close enough to let docking forces take over. Nope, come on. Oh dear, we're moving off to the side. Oh dear. Dang it. Okay, hang on. Just Oh no, I nudged it. Alright, let's just kill off relative velocity for a second. Switch to that craft. I'm going to tell it to face not that way. Oh dear. I want to set this as target. No, stop going sideways. Oh dear. Everything is like inverted right now. Oh my goodness. No, stop, 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 stop. Okay. Okay, that is pointed at target. You, I need to point at target. And go. Just go in. Alright, now Kieth. No! Okay, there we go. That was frustrating. Anyways, I'm gonna transfer Valentina over directly, but then I'm actually going to have our scientist EBA so that they can take all this data, let go, and this way. Where is our hatch? On the bottom, of course. Oh, and I did like basically a full run around the craft to get to it. But I want you to store the experiments and board. SAS on, please. Okay, so now here comes the fun part. I need to go through every single one of these fuel tanks and pin them open, which is kind of a painstaking process, but there really is no good way to set up an action group for this. The easier way would be if I had just used one large fuel tank. The problem is, like, I don't really like working with the like the plane parts, like the Mark II and the Mark III stuff, because they're very hard to build a good rocket out of just because of the shape. Do I already have these open? I do. Which row do I not have open? This one. Oh, come on. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So I have all those pinned open. Oh no. I just realized, like, yeah, I have 8 of these. So out. Oops. Out. I'm just gonna go in a circle. Out. 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 And out. Didn't fill them up by a lot, considering there's 16 of them. But now what I can do is unpin all of these. I can tell the fuel flow to stop. And then we have no crew in here, correct? Alright, that is correct. So then I can put this on a quick collision course, which is easy because it's ghillie. Alright, so camera flips, so we are on a collision course. And then I'm going to undock, immediately flip us prograde. And our engines may actually collide here, but that's fine. Our engines are going to thrust this thing backwards. Yeah. Yep, alright. Goodbye, lander. So now what I want to do is... This isn't 3 hours. Uh, actually, I need to burn prograde right now. So and I may have actually missed the opportunity to burn prograde. Let's see, we have 5,400 delta V. I'm just gonna warp on out of here because that's gonna be in 41 minutes. So let me warp to here. All right, goodbye, Gilly. All right, so we're back in the sphere of influence of Eve. I'm gonna quick save here. And then at this periapsis, actually, really, I want to do this like at this. Oh, I can use this ascending node as like a guide. So I want to burn retrograde and a little bit of anti-normal. Because I want this to be in a relatively low orbit for when we return to Kerbin. Not like super low. I mean, 500k should be fine. Uh, 0.7 inclination, that is perfectly fine. That is before this burn, actually, so. What is this? Escape gravitational influence of Gilly. Another world first milestone. We must have a lot of science right now, and we have even more on the way back. Like, yeah, we have 333, and we have like probably over 1,000 on the way to Kerbin right now. So, a little crazy. But we're gonna warp ahead. Goodbye, Gilly. Alright, about 5 seconds left to go. Alright, and 3, 2, 1, and burn. I'm gonna go ahead and physics warp this because I can. Oh, hello. Thank you for the sub, Pop. Says ye. Alright, that's probably good enough of an orbit. Okay, so at this periapsis, I would like to circularize. Oh, come on. Now, we are definitely not going for an evil landing anytime soon. Unless the next Explore contract has that, but even then I might just do a, oh, you have 9.6k? Oh no. Man, it's gonna be a 2-minute burn, okay. Anyways. Like, I might just do, what was I saying? Oh, I might just do a probe if the contract is just to land. If we have an Explore contract to, I know, like, I just have stuff to do tonight, so I decided to do this one early so I just didn't skip it. Anyways. Give me like 5 minutes warning on this maneuver, but then we are going to... Okay. Because of the way the maneuvers have been acting, especially around E for whatever reason, we're going to switch to the Colonia Relay again and do this old trick. Oh, I smell food. It smells good. Anyways, gonna warp ahead. Yeah, because for those of you that haven't or that weren't watching the stream earlier, I found out whenever the maneuver node is jumping around, or whenever your orbital line is jumping around, or it's just misbehaving, just switch to another craft and set an alarm for the maneuver, and then just time warp in the other craft, and it will not change anything about your maneuver or your orbit. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's what I'm doing now. Which is going to be frustrating if I have to do that for like the rest of the series, but whatever. Jump to ship. Now, of course, this is a fake maneuver. This is just to see if we are over the zone we need to be over. So delete on close. Delete on close, thank you. Are we over the zone? No. In fact, it got worse. In fact, we are on the opposite side of the planet. So let me very quickly just warp to here. All right, so give me a maneuver, not a maneuver, an alarm 5 minutes before periapsis. That'll be here. Oh wait, no, that's gonna be. Oh, we might get to see Moho in this stream after all. Okay. I'm just gonna keep this craft on the screen, and I'm gonna warp ahead these 4 hours. Where's Eve? Oh, I mean, there's Kerbal, there's Jewel. Is that Moho? What is that? Something up there. It's not highlighting. Okay. I see how it is. 9.7. Oh dear. Alright, so jump to ship. I mean, fair. I mean, I even lowered the price of Ask Me Anything to encourage people to use it, but because I'm too lazy to do a lot of the others, yeah, a little bit, but it's fine. Anyways. Alright, so we're gonna warp a little bit ahead. And there's a reason I'm doing this. There's a method to the madness, believe it or not. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and burn. And actually, we are drifting off the node quite a bit more than I expected. So I'm just going to head down here. True. I mean, how long did I say in the description? Like 15 minutes of GeoGuessr, I think? I really should memorize my own channel point rewards. That'd be a good idea. Okay, I overburned slightly, but that is fine. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a transfer window. So from Eve to Kerbal, our initial orbit at Eve is let's call it 494. And I want our final orbit, I'm going to say like 60. Actually, no, I'll keep it simple. I'm going to say 70, and I'm going to plot it. That's a long time. The question is, do I want to leave these guys in orbit for that long? And the answer is probably not. So what I think I'm going to do... Ooh. Thing is, we only have 3,800 delta B, so it has to be in this blue zone. I mean, and I want to leave a little bit of spare. Oh, if that happened, I would just wait to answer the question until after, because then someone's just wasted their channel points. I think that's gonna have to be it. Man, okay. Alright, add that alarm. Eve to Kerbin. Can I rename this? Ion 1. And close alarm. That is a long way away. We actually have another Kerbin to Eve transfer window. Like, before then. Oh, I forgot to delete that alarm. Okay. So these guys are going to be up here for a while. And that's fine. That's kind of how I plan to do future missions anyways. It's just, man, that's a long time. Alright. We have a little bit of time left in the stream. So I'm going to switch over to the Figaro 7. Alright, and of course we still have our lower stage on this, which is kind of insane. Alright, so your Sphere of Influence change is in 5 days. So I am going to focus on Moho. I just quick saved. I'm going to quick save again. And I'm going to warp to here. Alright, and of course, I gave us like, I don't know, 15-minute warning, or 10-minute warning before the Sphere of Influence change, so delete on close, and warp to here. Alright, so we are about to be in Moho Sphere of Influence. We are in Moho Sphere of Influence now. Where is Moho? I mean, we're gonna be passing pretty close to it. Is it below us? Where's Moho? Strange. I mean, I know Moho has a huge sphere of influence for how big it is, but man, I cannot spot it at all. Am I going crazy? Oh, it should be above us, not below us. What? Above us, and let me point retrograde so that the back of my craft points ishly to Moho. Okay. There it is. Okay. My goodness. That was a time. Anyways, how much science equipment did I bring on this? Oh, a lot, actually. Let me aim camera. World first milestones. Initiated first flyby of Moho. Hooray! We'll go ahead and transmit that data. I know it's kind of a waste, but in space high data, I don't care about too much because the multiplier is so small. Log gravity data, and send it. I hope we're actually recharging fast enough. We are. Okay. Is this going to break my solar panel? No. So I believe I just... Yeah, so Midlands is where I got that. Alright, so I'm just doing all the in-space high science. So I believe that is all of our science transmitted. Have we crossed over to another biome is the question. No. Okay. Regardless. Oh, our orbital line actually did change quite a bit. Can I capture? I was afraid of this. We are not going to be able to capture. Okay. Can I get in space low? Like if I were to add a maneuver here and burn this way. I don't know where in space low over Moho is. I'm just going to go for like 15k. Oh, you just got more financial aid. Nice. We can point towards that maneuver. What does that do to our final orbit is the question. I don't think it's going to change by much. No. If anything, it actually slingshots us back to being closer to Kerbin. But I'm going to go ahead and do this maneuver. Because I am curious to see if we can get some gravity scans going. Or if I could just do the magnetometer report and like not have to bring a magnetometer with me. Then that'd be kind of nice, honestly. Alright, almost overshot, but that's fine. Forgot we thrust limited that. Alright, so that's just going to be floating off in space, and that's fine. I'll delete it between streams. Alright, so we're going to... Our periapsis is now 12k. Out of curiosity, how close did I have to pass? Oh, 80k. Okay, so I could have not gotten this close, but that's fine. I mean, this guy's going to be moving just there. Let's warp to... we're going to be on the dark side again. Okay, let's warp to here. And actually, I do wonder, now that we're closer, if I could capture. I mean, the answer is probably not. The answer is yes, if I had started burning already. So I might try this again. Because for some reason, it's reporting that we now have a lot more delta V. I guess the delta V readout was just incorrect. Because now it's saying we have like 4,000, whereas before it was only saying we had 2,000. So let's capture this. Okay, so that's captured right there. A 7-minute burn? Holy cow, okay. Wow. So we're gonna go slightly over time. I'm gonna quick save, and then I'm just gonna warp to there. Alright, because the thing I worry about is that this will put us on a collision course, in which case I'll just have to burn radial out and then resume the maneuver. I believe the highest peaks on Moho are 5 kilometers. Oh, and I kind of overshot, but that's fine. We're gonna physics warp this. Yeah, I mean, you can see just to capture was like 3,300, and that's with the periapsis that was raising the surface, basically. Our periapsis is actually going up, which is fascinating. And now it's going down. Okay. Man, this is a long burn. Our periapsis is getting a little low. And you can see some of the peaks below, but it's going back up, which is interesting. And we still haven't captured. Okay, we've now captured at least. Oh, and I'm overburning. Okay. Um, and normally, yeah, for long burns like that, you really should have radiators because like these guys are like heating up now, and there's a possibility that they'll overheat. How long until our next periapsis? 2 days. Can we circularize? Actually, are we? Oh, we just missed in space low. Let's see. So, tell you what. Next stream, I'll decide what to do with this. Yeah, because we have about 1,300 meters per second to work with. So next stream, I will decide if I want to put this in a polar orbit and have it be a proper relay, or if I just want to try and circularize it and just transmit some science. Because MOHO is very tricky. So the fact that we had enough delta V to get here is kind of insane. But with that, oh, not really a great view to end off the stream. There we go. And let me get a little further up. All right, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.